So at the chemical level, what happens in depression is very hard to tell because we don't have a specific biomarkers. Much research has been done, and we have found biomarkers, but they are not specific for what we call depression in our arbitrary diagnosis. So what we see in general is like in people who suffer or experience depression, like we said, there is a subjective component and an objective component of depression. People have found inflammation. Researchers have found inflammation. So there is inflammation in the brain. And this inflammation can be systemic. So we can find inflammatory markers in their blood, in their plasma, when we do like a blood analysis. These are biomarkers that we use for other systemic diseases, such as rheumatological diseases or lupus erythematosus or rheumatoid arthritis. So we see those inflammatory biomarkers. And those biomarkers can be detected also in the cerebrospinal fluid. When you do a spinal tap, you can see inflammation there. And also we have seen inflammation in some cells in the brain called the microglia, the glia in their brain, in some areas of the brain where there is inflammation as well, and we have seen that in post-mortem studies. So this is one thing that we can see biologically in people who have depression, but we can see it in people who have like inflammatory diseases or systemic diseases as well, or traumatic brain injury, or psychosis, or other psychiatric symptoms. We see other difficulties or challenges biologically. We see other problems sometimes, such as problems with their ability to cope with stress. We have in our brain what we call the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, and this is also associated with an area of the brain called the hippocampus. And what we see sometimes is difficulty coping with stress, so difficulty adjusting to the release of cortisol. So when we're stressed out, our body releases cortisol. Sometimes we can see in people who have depression like difficulty coping with it. So they can have like atrophy of the hippocampus. They can have a lack of receptors or less expression of receptors, receptors for the cortisol in the hippocampus. And you can see like more difficulty coping with stress. That's why we say depression can be related also to deprivation or lack of love or poor attachment, or not being well taken care of when you were a child, because what we see is like people who have been well taken care of, and we see this in mice, but we have seen that in humans as well, that they have more receptors for cortisol, which means biologically more ability to adjust to stress. There are other theories of depression, such as chemical theories, we call like the neurotransmitters theories, such as serotonin problems, dopamine problems, which are neurotransmitters that we have in our brain, noradrenaline or norepinephrine. But those theories are not corroborated. There is no consensus. So these theories came because we saw that we give medications that alter the levels of serotonin or dopamine. And then we had the hypothesis, well, maybe depression is related to some kind of chemical imbalance. But there is no consensus about that. There is no consensus that there is a neurochemical imbalance. And some studies have shown that there is potentially problems with the serotonin in people with depression. Other studies don't see that. So there is no consensus for that. There are other theories like electrical theories, because we see people who have mood symptoms and people who have like epilepsy or seizures. And now we know that with ECT, which is a neuromodulation treatment, like electroconvulsive therapy, you can treat depression. We have new therapies called transcranial magnetic stimulation that do like magnetic stimulation of some areas of the brain in the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is this area here in the brain. And we see that you can treat depression that way. So sometimes we think, well, probably our brain more than chemical is electrical, and the way our neurons communicate is in electrical ways. So electrical stimulation helps depression. It's possible that people who have depression have some sort of electrical problem that we have been able to detect yet. So those are more hypotheses as well. So there are multiple theories to explain depression from a neuroscientific viewpoint.